Hello everyone and welcome to the studio, where creativity is shared and celebrated. I am your host, Michael Kedju, this 14th day of October 2020. Welcome to session 2 of my Painting with Plaster series. This session will show you how to prepare and finish the 2 aspen trees that I previously applied to this 12x9 gallery wrapped canvas. Okay, I think I might have the lighting and the positioning correct now so that you can see the detail of these trees. And remember, yesterday I primed this canvas, this 12x9 canvas, it's gallery wrapped, and applied the second tree. So the sandpaper I'm using here, I think, what is it? It's 100. That's a little aggressive, but I want to pull down some pretty high spots. I'd say normally you use 220 and it's going to work just fine. Okay, so go ahead and sand your edges down, your center. Oh, it's a nice, beautiful, smooth tree now. I like it. You might want to do this. Just take your edge if you need to. I know I'm removing some primer, but it doesn't matter. We're going to paint over all that. That's nice. I like it. Catch your edges to the bottom. Now we're going to prime these trees with Set Coat, the same product we used for the base coat, Set Coat. And again, you can find the resource link for that on my links page on my website with this michaelkedjuart.com. Go there and you'll find out where you can purchase Set Coat. Set Coat is a wonderful product. Very, very powerful. Gives you a lot of tooth. Okay, so you just clean that up, make that nice. Okay, and that is all going to get primered. Digging it. Now I hope you can see the intricate marks, cracks that the plaster makes. And as I mentioned in session 1, it almost paints itself, or it creates its own unique features. Its own unique features. This tree is smaller, so it recedes a little bit. This is more in the foreground. Alright, okay, let's go ahead and prime these trees with Set Coat. So I like to get this lip too, this lip on the side. Fill that pretty good. You can always rub it off. Sorry for getting in the way. Maybe I'll move this over here. I'm learning through it. Okay. Actually retouch that up. Get your edge. Oh, that's going to be grand. It's going to be cool. Man, that's going to be a cool one. Cool tree. Sometimes if they're pretty deep furrows, I'll fill them a little bit with Set Coat. When it dries, it kind of shrinks anyway a little bit, settles in, and then you can refill it with your paint, your color, your stain. Let's get that going here. This is just an off-white. I tinted it myself for another project I did in Bellevue. It was a marble fireplace, and this was the base coat for that. Created faux marble stone. Faux. Miss that sometimes, doing that kind of work. So you see what I did? I kind of filled in. See the big voids? Half filled them in maybe with the Set Coat. They're still going to be there, and they'll be as prominent as we want them to be once we get to our staining process. I hope I finally got the lighting right, because I know it's been difficult to see. Too much glare, too much light bouncing off these off-white trees. So as you can see, I went ahead and painted the background black. This is just a black paint. You can use whatever you'd like now, since we're already going on top of primer. And I did that because if you recall, the moon rise piece I showed you is a night scene. See? Let me put that right here. See if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. Let's go like this. So in order to get that moon glow on the right side, I had to dark out the back. And I'll probably put something similar to this in the background after I'm done staining the trees. I won't have anything much in the foreground because from that vantage point or from that angle, there is no foreground. So I'm using, to apply this stain, just an angled brush for acrylics, because this stain, which is Faux Effects Stain and Seal American Walnut, is water-based, so it's easy to clean up. It's a darker version. It's darker than Antique Mahogany, and I just wanted to use that on this piece. I'm going to brush over from left to right because my moon is the light from the moon will be coming from the right side of this piece. But just need to get it on there and make sure you get the edge real good. And then we're going to brush it horizontally over. And then when you get to a fissure or a crack, you need to load your brush a little bit more so you can fill it in. Go back and forth. Don't worry about getting it out onto the canvas because we're going to wipe that. Wipe that up. See how that gloms on there? How that fissure or that crack pulls the stain in, holds it. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. You want to put color, you want to put stain all the way across, and then come back and do your horizontals. Those little lines represent, that creates the bark of the tree. Now, how we're going to create our lighter, that part is just like that. Come back here and clean this up, but be careful to leave your stain color on the tree. Again, extra stain to fill in. Sometimes you have to go horizontal because you got a horizontal, or excuse me, vertical, because you got a vertical crack. Get it in there. I'm just going to do the big one and not bore you with the second little one because you'll have the idea. So don't be liberal with it, and then bring it down bring it down your side. That's going to have the moonlight coming across that way. Again, back and forth that way if you have to get more into those horizontal fissures. Like that, okay. Now get your edge. Now you start your left to right movement, horizontal movement. See any little darker there. Now depending on how you have the angle of your light, say if the light's coming this way, then you would just do this all the way down. That might be a little aggressive, maybe not. And we can take some back, like so. Take away all of the lines that don't look organic, all of the marks that look man-made. Okay, so that's nice. That has a nice illumination on that one side. Now, if the moon is coming up from the back, say if I do a mountain range back here and the moon is rising right here, the light is going to be more diffused on both sides of the tree, or the trees. So you can lightly do that. I prefer it coming from one angle, so I'm going to wipe that out. Mostly anyway. There'll be a little bit there because it's kind of interesting. She's starting to dry on me a little bit, but that's okay because it's giving it some coolness. Always have your tub of water handy. Got it right here. A little tub of water and your rag. It's essentials. Just make sure you don't have any, like I just pulled off a glom here that was on the right side, and that's not right. That's not right. You see how it kind of builds up in here? That's okay. That's okay. You got a little bit here, build up. That's cool. A little bit in here. I dig it. This is a little bit where not a whole lot of trauma happened to the tree for a while. Just grew. Then down here you got some more stuff. So cool. A little heavy in spots. Now rather than drag hard, you can pounce, just a little bit. Just dab it. Dab it with your thumb in the rag. Just dab it. Oh, a little aggressive there. So I'm going to fix that a little bit. Can't be, you don't want it too uniform either because then it looks cheesy. Again, non-organic. See how it's creating more of a kind of an organic feel to it there? Take that out. I like that, but I still need to come back on this and darken that up because that's kind of hurting the mind a little bit. Alright, let's brush it over. I like it, but I need a little bit there. Yeah, let's go with that. How about a little bit here? Just a little. Yeah. Let's take that down. I like it. There you have it. Easy. Stain that tree. Oh, down here I need darker. I see in the corner. Right there. Yeah, man. Thank you for taking the time to watch the second session in my Painting with Plaster series. I trust you picked up some useful information, and as always, I hope you're creating something cool in your world. Peace.